In a typical large industrial setup, it might be an hour from kill to chill. Here, they come real fast. It could be as close as 10 minutes from kill to chill. So we're processing chickens here today in our little outdoor processing facility under the PL 90-492 producer grower exemption. And with this little setup here and this little crew and this little facility, we can run at 200 birds per hour with an 8-person crew. That runs about 20 to 25 birds per person hour in the crew. So we bring them in with in the crates here. They don't get all stirred up. They're very stress-free. We don't do any electrocution. We don't do gassing. We don't do suffocation, which of course are all the things the animal welfare certification folks want you to do. This is basically a halal or kosher kill without the imam or the rabbi. And so they go in, these cones, again, the cones keep them from flopping around and keep them stress-free. You notice there's not a lot of squawking and carrying on. We cut the jugulars, not the windpipe, just the jugulars. So there's a you want to come in right under the wattles where the blood vessels come up wide to the head, and the idea is to cut off the blood flow but not air, so the autonomic nervous system continues to function correctly. Takes them about a minute here to bleed out and finish. And then they go into the scalder. This is the key to the whole operation. If you get the scald right, everything else works. If you don't get the scald right, nothing works. So this is a rotary scalder. The idea is that you're trying to get that bird to move around in the water, get it air in there so that the water penetrates the follicle of the feather. The follicle of the feather sticks up off the flesh, like goosebumps, right? And chicken flesh, right? And so you want those feathers to move around to allow the water to penetrate. We put soap in the water. You can see the suds. Soap in the water, that breaks the surface tension to allow better water penetration. After they're in there, they go through that cycle for about a minute. Then they go into the automatic feather picker here. This is called a drum type picker. And the cold water bath, the cold water shower head is like blanching vegetables when you're canning. It's the heat and then the cold that helps the feathers to come off a lot better. And it knocks the feathers off. And what you want to see is the yellow come off of those feet. If the yellow comes off the feet, then you know that you've got an excellent scald. So all that's taken me that time to talk, they got picked. You notice how clean they are, coming right out. And notice the yellow is off the feet. That's a perfect scald. Your grandmother would have loved, she'd have given her eye teeth to have that machine right there. But the scalder and the picker are the two important pieces of infrastructure that make it go. And then when we take the feet off, what you're doing is you're always going to the valleys, and so you go to the valley, and if you're cutting bone, something's wrong. We pull it up, let the chicken pull away from itself, cut right here in the valley. You can cut right through, take the feet off. The feet we sell for chicken broth and things like that. So then they're ready for evisceration, and so evisceration takes, our benchmark is 30 seconds per bird for a skilled operator. The procedure is real systematic. Take the oil sac out, then you loosen the crop on the front end, pull the windpipe and the esophagus out through the neck. Don't cut it, don't pull it, just leave it, because you don't want to break digestive juices down into the carcass. Flip it around, cut close to the vent, open up the rear end, take the fat off the gizzard, and then pull the entrails out with the liver in your right hand. Pull the gallbladder off, take the liver off, keep the liver separate so we can sell those livers separate. Cut around the vent, pull the lungs out, and you're good to go. Then as they go down to quality control, the tools of the trade are these two things right here. This is a little pin picker. It's a real dull little, can't cut you, but it allows you to, scrape and not cut the skin or cut your fingers. And then this is a catfish skinner, and that lets you grab little tail feathers and things. The beauty of it is that it's got such a wide jaw. If you use needle nose pliers to pull out pin feathers, which a lot of people do, you don't have much surface area to grab a pin feather. With this, you just get close, you can pull them right out. Very, very important, simple little tool for making sure that everything's clean. We go over them very systematically. You don't have to go over them the same. Everybody doesn't have to do it the same way, but every person has to do it the same way every time, or you miss surface area. When we finish quality control, we cut a little hole in the skin in the back so that we can stick those legs in like that, and that makes a real nice presentation in the bag like that. In a typical large industrial setup, it might be an hour from kill to chill. By the time they go through all the assembly lines and all that stuff, it takes a while. Here, they come real fast. It could be as close as 10 minutes from kill to chill. So these still have a lot of body temperature in them. So this is just well water, 50, 52, 53 degrees, and gives you an initial soak. They're in here not very long, just 15, 20 minutes. And then they go from there into the chill tanks. But because they've been in here first, the chill tank, you can see how clean the chill tanks stay because it's a two-stage chill process. So with this process, with 8 skilled people, we can run at 200 birds an hour. So we can do, in 3 hours, we can do about 600 birds. So it's a very, very efficient system, very cheap, and it's simple, open air, fresh air, no smells. We don't have the quilting bees anymore. We don't have the threshing rings anymore. What we do have is communal processing on farm, serving our local community.